Arkham Asylum, the groundbreaking action-adventure game by Rocksteady Studios released in 2009. Currently, the game has a 9.2 out of 10 on IMDb and a 9.3 out of 10 on IGN. The game stars the one and only Caved Crusader himself, Batman. Releasing 1 year after the critically acclaimed film, The Dark Knight, this game provided the public with a more comic-accurate portrayal of Batman, not afraid to indulge in the sillier and more outlandish concepts of Batman that Hollywood would happily dismiss. Fans of the series loved this so much that DC spawned an entire universe out of it, including sequel games, mobile games, comics, and even an animated movie, which I do recommend. But before we can cover any of those, we have to start at the beginning. No, not there. I've already established where we're starting. We'll get to Origins later, okay? Maybe. If this does well. Maybe. But perhaps you're wondering who I am. My name is Atrapotator, and I won't get into all my personal lore here. All you need to know is that I'm a vampire lumberjack who bites trees instead of people. I'll do a lore video on me specifically later if this all goes well, and welcome to the channel. I hope I haven't already scared you guys off and that you enjoy your stay here. I'm planning on making more content in the future, both similar and different, so feedback is very appreciated. This entire episode is being done to establish a formula and figure out like what works and what doesn't, so if something bothers you right now, bring it up, and I'll change it for the future. And about the mic quality, this is it's not the best mic for stuff like this. It's my streaming mic, and the only one I have, so if this all goes well, I'll probably upgrade equipment and stuff like that as it goes on. But anyways, now that that's all settled, back to the video. Arkham Asylum opens with a shot of Gotham City and the Batmobile whizzing through the streets. We learn that Batman is personally escorting the Joker to, well, Arkham Asylum. It's quickly established that this isn't typical, as the Joker gave up incredibly quickly. Things go awry almost immediately with the help of his manipulated lover Harley Quinn. The Joker, along with all the other inmates, escape. Batman must now figure out what the Joker's plan is, lock up all the patients, and keep as many people alive as possible, both friend and foe alike. On this perilous journey, Batman fights Zsasz, Bane, Harley Quinn, Scarecrow, Killer Croc, Poison Ivy, Riddler, and the Joker, with many more being referenced throughout the game. Zsasz is seen quickly, but acts as more of an especially dangerous thug than any significant threat in his own right, serving as a tutorial for the player as Batman works his way through the asylum. But then, Batman finds the Joker, who unleashed a horrible monster onto Batman, whose heart explodes. And now Batman can do it. He can take the Joker out once and for all. But he doesn't. He doesn't. Because, Batman can't kill. Bad. So, Joker gets away. However, all of this was a distraction to kidnap Gordon. There was a traitor among us. Now, time for Batman to use his detective skills and find. Oh, he's dead. Well, now it's time for Batman to use his detective skills and find he's also dead. But wait, turns out it's the Scarecrow. Time to see his dead parents again and run through a psycho world morgue with a massive Scarecrow in the middle trying to find him with his eye beams of death. After some time, we shine the bat signal on him and break free to learn that, hooray! Gordon isn't dead. It's just some other guard that has no name, so we really don't care about him, and honestly, the big deal is just one guy. So instead, we find Gordon captured by Harley and rescue him. The day is saved. But then we see Bane. He's discovered hooked up to a machine designed to drain the venom from his blood, rendering him a helpless raisin of a man. But before Batman and Commissioner Jim Gordon can figure out what to do, Bane is released and brought back to full strength, throwing Batman down into the sewer where a fight ensues. Batman is victorious, but only able to actually keep Bane down by hitting him with the Batmobile and slamming both Bane and his car into Gotham Bay. Don't worry, he'll live. Probably. But the same can't be guaranteed for Gordon, who is shuffled to a police boat and brought to the safety of the mainland. Now with Gordon absolutely safe, it's time to find what the Joker is after. Turns out that the giant monster we saw earlier, that was caused by a chemical called Titan, based off of Bane's venom. Dr. Young at the asylum had been working on it for a while now, secretly being funded by the Joker. But she's turned against him and has hidden her research, which we use our detective skills to actually find and then destroy. But
it's never this simple with him.
So we have to find the Doctor herself. Unfortunately, he has to relive his parents' death again. This was a long time ago, though, so we'll give the writers a pass. This may have actually been some people's introduction to the character. But this brings us to another Scarecrow zone. Now, with more Crime Alley aesthetics. We shine the light of justice on Dr. Crane and get back to our search for the good Dr. Young. We save her from Zsasz easily, only for her to do a dumb and explode. Harley comes in to gloat and beat old Quincy Sharp down bad, so we have to find Warden Sharp and set him free, using our detective skills. And on the way, we find one beautiful, lovely Poison Ivy. Okay, time for me to do a minor lore dump, for those who don't follow me on Twitch. Remember at the beginning how I said I bike trees, and, well, Ivy here is a beautiful woman, and a plant, so it's really the best of both worlds for me. She's a tree woman. But anyways, she calls us meat sacks and all that, but joke's on her, she still has bones, so she's just like us on the inside. A wonderful story, if you ask me. Anywho, we say hi to Clayface and set Sharp free while getting a glimpse at some classic Harley action. But unfortunately that means it's time to get Harley ourselves. She swings around, does some gymnastics, puts people in danger, but eventually disappoints the Joker enough that we just... Jesus, Batman. As long as you don't... Oh! Again? She's had enough! So, we got the guest list. So that's cool.
Damn! Well, he'll get me out, you'll see!
Oh.
Yeah, you'll see.
Oh, she's crying. Oh, let's go. Onto the gardens, where we see the Joker's source of Titan, modified plants, which Poison Ivy is not happy about. And she tells us to go down into Killer Croc's sewer to find some spores to create an antidote. But on the way, this happened.
Did anyone catch the game last night?
The game crashed! It was devastating. Well, you know, except it was another one of the Scarecrow's tricks. The game resets, now with the Joker driving Batman to the asylum. Run by the Joker, Harley, Scarecrow, and Scarface the dummy. The opening walk is mimicked only for the Joker to shoot us in the head.
With a bat.
Luckily for us, we rise from the grave surrounded by insane Batmen as we traverse the final Scarecrow zone. But we do it a little too easily, so Crane doses us with another shot of fear toxin and sends waves of goons after us, which we still dispose of. Frankly, this terrifies him, because we've
ingested enough toxins to drive dead men insane!
And he runs off to pollute the waters. We chase after him and corner him in the sewers. Surely we have this one in the bag, right? Oh! Oh shit. Croc, what are you doing? Croc, put him down. Croc? Oh wait, maybe that hurt. Uh-oh. Oh, he's dead. He's definitely dead. One less problem to worry about, I guess. Now we have to deal with Croc. Very carefully, we walk through the sewers as to not alert him and collect the samples. Eventually we get enough, but oh boy is he mad. Luckily for us, he's an idiot who doesn't recognize our logo, and we drop him into a pit. Now to deal with Oh. Joker poison the water too? Let me just shut off these pumps, and there we go. Good, good. Okay, now to deal with Ivy. And oh boy, she's gotten big. I'm not quite into that, so luckily we have ranged weapons and explosives, a flower's greatest weakness. All that's left is to attend the Joker's party. Oh wait, they have a list? Let me just... Yeah, I'm on the list. Oh, what took you so long? Why did it take you so long to figure that out? Ha! Perfect. And one for you guys inside too. There we go. That felt good. Batman's had a long, long night. Now we finally have to deal with the Joker. And God, Gordon, really? You had one job. But oh well. We defeat all of his goons. What's the worst that could happen? No, not Gordon! Uh-oh. Wait, we can resist it? Did no one else try that? Can you just resist poisons away? I don't think that works. Oh. Oh, Joker took some too? Ah, but no worries. We take the antidote ourselves and kick his showboating butt anyways. Easy peasy. But it turns out, Batman has more to do in the rest of the city, and that's the game. Overall, plot's pretty good. I enjoyed it a lot. And it gets done everything it needs to get done. It's a shame the ending threw it all away, though. Okay, let me explain. The Joker is a villain known for his chaos and his intelligence. He's a mental villain, not a physical one. So when you dope him up with super venom, it really takes away that chaos and planning factor and turns him into another piece of muscle to pulverize. Not exactly the best route to take. But now it's time for a word from our sponsor. Me! We absolutely have no sponsor yet. But I wanted to show where they would be if we did have any, just so that people can provide feedback as to whether or not that's a good spot, etc. But while we're here, go check out my VODs and my Twitch channels in the description. Each game I review here I will play on stream first, even if I've already played the game. And after every stream, my VODs end up on my second channel, so watch me play this game with friends in real time over there. I'm so close to affiliate on Twitch, and any help would really mean a ton to me, so thank you so much. Now, anyways, back to the video. The gameplay is pretty basic. You have an attack button, a counter button, a lunge button, with combinations of these buttons performing certain moves like throwing enemies or instant takedowns. There's also quick versions of the Batarang and Batclaw gadgets that can be used in combat. All this flows seamlessly for a really nice experience. There's also the stealth sections where all the enemies have guns, so it's now become your job to take them all out without being spotted, as their bullets will melt you down incredibly quickly. These segments honestly stand out as bringing Batman to life, as you take out a room full of goons without a single hint that you were ever there. Unless you blow up the walls, then yeah, it's clear you were there. But it doesn't matter because they're unconscious, so like, Some of the detective missions can be a little tedious though, just following trails, but it's better than following a marker, I suppose. I mentioned some gadgets before. There are 8. The Batarang, Explosive Gel, Batclaw, Cryptographic Sequencer, that one's a bit of a mouthful, Line Launcher, Sonic Batarang, Remote Control Batarang, and the Multi-Batarang. I'll separate these into 3 categories: movement gadgets, puzzle gadgets, and combat exclusive gadgets. The movement gadgets include the line launcher, basically allowing you to make a zipline across terrain. You can technically kick people if you zip into them, but like that's more of a bonus than the main purpose of the tool. Puzzle gadgets include the Explosive Gel and Cryptographic Sequencer. The Explosive Gel allows you to take down weak walls and enemies if you need to, while the Sequencer is basically a hacking device for unlocking doors or disabling bombs. The Batarang and Batclaw will also be mentioned here because the Batarang can cut rope or wire when necessary, and the Batclaw can pull objects, open crates, or tear down walls when it gets upgraded. Then we have the combat gadgets. All of the Batarangs and the Batclaw fit here as well. First, the Batclaw can pull enemies closer or disarm them in a pinch. Then we have the Batarangs. The basic Batarang stuns those it hits. The multi-Batarang hits multiple targets. The Sonic Batarang makes a noise that attracts enemies, and the Remote Control Batarang can be controlled with extreme precision. All of these gadgets come in handy, but the basic Batarang is the only one needed, while all the other Batarangs are upgrades you can unlock. All of the other gadgets are unlocked through the main story. Now we move on to the boss fights. All of them are good at what they do. Both Zaz fights introduce mechanics from gargoyles to sneaky Batarang throws. The first Titan boss teaches us how to dodge, and the Bane boss fight teaches us how to actually take out Titan enemies. But as for the real boss fights, Harley's is barely a boss fight. It's more of a gimmicky wave clear mode. It could have been more interesting to actually fight Harley, but well... Poison Ivy is solid, but a little repetitive and not particularly hard. Just throw Batarangs and dodge and spray Explosive Gel. Could have been better, but I enjoyed it for what it's worth, and I mean, who doesn't like seeing Ivy? Then we have the real winners of the boss fights. First, Killer Croc. His lair leaves you constantly on edge, as throughout the game we are reminded how ruthless of a killer he is. One of our allies has lost a hand to him already, and we've seen the remains of his cannibalism throughout the asylum. All of this culminates in us witnessing him murder Scarecrow in front of us, which really shows us he's just not messing around. In his lair, we need to constantly monitor how much noise we make, and constantly be on alert for his appearances in order to quickly subdue him with a Batarang to the shock collar. And that's some bad luck if you accidentally have a different gadget equipped. But even still, he doesn't hold a candle to his dinner, Scarecrow. Easily one of the most memorable villains in the game. His worlds are truly incredible. They shift up the gameplay with the side-scrolling stealthy nature, while still being familiar enough to not completely lose the player. The exploration of Batman's psyche is also just chef's kiss. Not to mention the final fight with him pretending to crash your game. He's going to the core of my fragile gamer heart. It just makes finally beating him oh so satisfying. And now, you may be wondering to yourself, didn't you miss someone? A certain main antagonist of the game, in fact. Well, yes. That's because I've already talked about the disappointment that was. He gets buff, swipes at you a few times with his nails, then jumps away to gawk at the helicopter while sending goons after you, only for you to pull him back into the arena, smack him around a bit, and repeat it 2 more times. Now, at least the ending shot was cool, just don't listen to the audio.
Ready for the next round?
Always.
What?
I'll never let you win. Never.
I'm sorry, Kevin Conroy was a legend and defined the character of Batman, may he rest in peace, but what was that line delivery? They must have described the situation wrong or something. He's so genuinely incredible, I can't blame this on him at all. Speaking of... Normally this would be about the art of the world and characters, but we can't talk about this game without talking about the voice acting, and let me tell you, everyone is incredible. Ivy's actress nails her. Scarecrow will be seen again in my nightmares, and I could smell the rotting sewage on Croc's breath with every word. But this game is absolutely carried by Kevin Conroy's Batman and Mark Hamill's Joker, the 2 most iconic voices for these timeless characters. Their chemistry is undeniable, and I'm so thankful for all the performances we've had with these 2. Kevin Conroy will forever be Batman. But now for the aesthetics. This game absolutely nails the dark and gritty Batman world while leaving room for the goofier and more outlandish choices, like the ruins under the asylum and the massive moon above everything. It all fits together so incredibly well. It feels like you're actually playing the comic book. The asylum itself is clearly run down, a place where you wouldn't want anyone to stay, much less people who actually need mental help, but who am I kidding? No one actually gets help at Arkham. All of the characters have done such justice with their designs too, but I'm only going to spend time on 2 that really shine, because this video is already getting kinda long, and I don't have that much time to edit this before I have to put it out because I'm going to be gone from streaming for a week, and that's why this is a little rushed, because I wanted to get something out. So, hopefully this is good. The first one is undeniable. Scarecrow, welcome back to the spotlight.
I see you, Batman.
Sorry, poor choice of words. But, anyways, this design is incredible. From the malnourished body underneath the rags to the horrific mask that contorts as he speaks, and the needle fingers for injecting his foes. It's so brilliant, it can even be seen in the original Injustice game. My second focus is a bit more divisive. Harley Quinn. This design for Harley is unlike any other. Rather than following the strict color scheme typically accompanying Harley of red and black or red and blue, she's mostly in white with a nurse outfit on. And come on, are you telling me Harley wouldn't dress up for this special occasion? She's having fun with it, and the addition of a corset and various suggestive straps adds to those classic colors and that classic Harley flair. It's such a perfect blend of classic and new. I can't help but love it. Honestly, if you enjoy the Batman character or the gameplay of the Assassin's Creed series, I can't recommend this game enough. It's truly amazing, and it's one of the first games I actively remember playing. There's a reason I chose it as the first game for both my Twitch channel and now this YouTube channel. This game holds a special place in my heart, and I hope I did it justice. But hey, if you enjoyed this content, leave a like and subscribe. If you want to see more from me, check out my VODs channel and follow me on Twitch. I'll have more regular content over there, and I'm so close to reaching affiliate. Also, I know this wasn't perfect. The audio's not great. I'm still getting used to this whole editing thing, so if you have any suggestions or tips, feel free to let me know in the comments. That would honestly mean a whole lot. Also, if you want me to cover a specific game or anything for that matter, let me know in the comments, and if I haven't streamed it yet, I'll be doing that first. So, with that everyone, stay safe, make good choices, and please tell me how to keep the Scarecrow out of my nightmares.